there's a major chunk of audience who's still making their purchases offline. But 63% of the world population start making their purchase buying decisions online. And that's where it's really important that your brand is visible, at least to the audiences who are already willing to buy your products. That's where SEM comes in play. We're going to talk about search engine marketing today. Hey everyone, welcome back to Digital Marketing Musings, and today we're going to talk about how to increase search visibility for your brands through Google. And we have today with us Mohit, who's Business Strategy Manager at Merkle, Sokrati, and he's going to help us understand how to win with SEM. Hi Mohit, thanks for joining us today. And I think we don't have to talk about how the consumer preferences have been changing, because people who are watching us know that they've been spending way too much time on internet than they did a couple of years ago. So let's dive right into it. I think the first question that I have for you is, with all the competition coming in, right, how do brands make themselves relevant on the search engines? What can they do to improve the user experience for the end users?
So let's just first try to analyze that how exactly, so whenever we talk about an SEM strategy or something, first thing that comes to our mind is obviously related to keywords and stuff, right? So now we do have a lot of tools from where we can analyze that which keyword is going to work well for our business and which keyword is not going to work or is not actually relevant to our business. Now, how do we actually analyze that? So we do have different tools to analyze this thing. So first thing, obviously, you can check it out over SEM Brush. You can have a lot of keyword ideas there. Apart from SEM Brush, you do have Keyword Planner also, where you can check a lot of keyword ideas. You can do a lot of keyword mining from it. But if we go to the traditional way of digital marketing, we'll check out that indeed, usually we use like phrase match or exact match keywords these days, just to get that sort of an audience relevance. Now, in the traditional way of digital marketing, when we knew that broad match is something which is going to cater a lot of search terms for me, right? So, I think it's good to have that sort of an understanding also from our search term reports, that which keyword is actually relevant to our business and which keyword is there where we can, obviously the relevance is not up to that optimum level, right? So, let's just try to utilize the potential of the broad match keywords there, and let's try to analyze and bifurcate our ad groups, you can say, in our campaigns in the same way or in the same theme as per your search term report.
Do you have any anecdotal examples you could share with us so that the audience can understand it better?
One thing that we saw with one of the leading BFSI brand there is, which is first one. So we have checked and we tried to analyze a lot of keyword from the reports that are available there. And we checked, initially when we started the strategy, it was more of an informational versus transactional sort of keywords. But when we checked our search term report there, we analyzed that there were actually a lot of keywords with a very higher conversion rate potential. So we added another ad group in the same campaign, that too with the miscellaneous sort of text. And obviously it actually helped us to boost a lot of CTR as well as a CVR from that particular ad group.
Got it. That's an interesting example. So you took a step back and you strategized your approach, which helped you, even deliver better on the end funnel results. Now let's talk a little bit about, how can brands kind of make sure to optimize their strategies to deliver, better impact on the overall search engine marketing results, right? And what is the role of automation that's being played there? If you can shed some light.
Sure. So if I have to specifically talk about this point, now let's assume, let me give you an example first. Now let's suppose if you are running a campaign on a manual bidding strategy.
Okay.
You know that it's actually changing on a real-time basis, and just imagine the time that is being actually utilized by changing those bids manually, and obviously that is going to be a very tedious task.
Correct.
Now, what if we'll replace that bidding strategy with any one of the smart bidding strategies that are available in Google Lens,
right?
And let Google control those bids on their own, and obviously Google is going to get all those signals that are there within the campaign, which can be related to location, which can be related to your audiences or any sort of a keyword there, and it can automatically adjust your keyword bids to make sure that your ads are actually being placed on that auction. So this is a sheer example of a automation, you can say, that we we analyze or that we have seen previously also working well for our clients, right? And additionally, it also gives us a lot of leverage to work on a lot of new strategies also, right? So instead of struggling with the keyword bits and all, we can obviously figure out a lot of other ideas also that can be implemented in the campaign. So this is there. Apart from this, if I talk about, there is one new campaign. I mean, it's not in beta anymore, so it's an alpha version now. So one of the campaign type that is there is performance max campaigns. Now again, performance max campaigns gives us a lot of leverage when it comes to a 360-degree approach, because this single campaign is going to give you a lot of visibility on all the networks which is already available in the Google Ads, right? Be it search network or display network or any discovery or YouTube inventory also. Second thing, based on the machine learning, it is actually going to automatically optimize my campaign in such a way that I can obviously get a higher end funnel results.
Correct.
So indeed, these two strategies of the automation, if I talk about, is obviously going to be the next phase also for the SEM.
Right. And what is your comment on the accuracy of the campaigns and the kind of results that we're delivering with automation in play, right? Does that actually increase the way we're looking at getting results out of these campaigns, or what are your thoughts there?
So I would say that obviously it's sort of a very vertical specific, business vertical specific thing. So again, depends upon the marketing goal of the client. Now let's suppose if we are talking about lead-based model, lead-based business model, we have seen the results going on an upward trend there. Now for e-commerce clients also, we have seen few very good results with the automation in the campaign. So there have been very clear examples where the automation has played a very vital role in the upliftment of the campaigns.
Got it. Are there any other segments or industry verticals that are able to ride this SEM wave very strongly than the others? Any thoughts there?
As I mentioned, that e-commerce and lead-based models are already there. So if I talk about specific business vertical, edtech is something which is growing with a very fast pace. Apart from edtech, we have seen e-commerce also going, doing very well with the automation and other SEM strategies also. And very new entry into this list is obviously the BFSI segment. BFSI is also booming. It's actually a very booming industry right now when it comes to digital as a marketing platform.
Got it. So I think my next question to you is going to be, what are our key tools that we kind of keep getting back to improve the advertising output, right? What suggestions do you have there?
Well, again, it depends on the business vertical there, because there are certain specific tools pertaining to different business verticals.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about an edtech client there. Now, if an edtech client, obviously the marketing goal is going to be the lead generation, right? Now, when I know that lead generation is my goal, one of the tools which I'll use in this particular case is my Google measurement protocol.
Okay.
Right? Google measurement protocol again is going to help us because let's just first try to understand the journey of a lead-based model. Right?
Okay.
Obviously, you're going to get a lead that is going to be the last touch point in the digital journey, and there will be some sort of offline conversions also, which we usually call sales. Right? So now, how do I ensure that I optimize my campaigns in a way that I'm targeting the audience base as per the signals of the sales event that has happened,
right,
which is the very end funnel goal that I have. So I use Google measurement protocol here. Why? Because I can pass those offline conversion signals to my digital campaigns there, and obviously align my campaigns in that same direction there.
Got it.
Additionally, this is sort of an example for the lead-based marketing objectives client, right? Now let's talk about, let's suppose if there's a client which belongs to e-commerce vertical, right? In an e-commerce vertical, one strategy that we can obviously implement there is related to enhanced conversion. Because indeed there are going to be a lot of conversions that might not be reported by the pixels that we have on our campaigns, right?
Yeah.
On an account there. So obviously, how do I ensure that those conversions should also get updated in my Google Ads campaign? That too in an hash data format, right? So this is something which is easily achievable by the enhanced conversion strategy also. So yeah, these are the major two examples of the business vertical and the tools and the strategies that we can use. Now let's suppose if we want to maximize our advertising output, right? Now there are some other tools also that we can implement when it comes to the incrementality of the campaigns. The first tool that is there is related to Ads Data Hub. Now we can obviously use ads data hub to analyze that what sort of an audience or what bucket of audience is actually going to have a higher conversion rate, and what audiences are there where I know that there is a lot of incrementality. So to identify new set of audiences, ADH is very helpful to me. Now, second tool that we obviously can maximize, or we can obviously use there to maximize the outputs is performance planner. Because ADH is a tool which is going to give us a lot of clarity on the audience base, right? And this audience base we can use in our display or video campaigns or discovery campaigns. But when it comes to the search campaign, right, we can obviously use the performance planner. And the best thing about performance planner is you can obviously check that what changes you require in the campaign, and if you make those changes there, what is that output you'll be expecting out of it. That is actually a very nice thing. Why? Because it helps us to give a leverage to forecast the campaigns in a very detailed manner.
Got it. So even before, like I think with ADX, the whole data integration piece is coming in play, and then we get a better understanding of what exactly would be the actions that the users might take even before.
Correct.
Yeah, got it. So where is this all heading towards, right? What do you think is gonna be the future of search engine marketing in the upcoming months?
Cool. So as I mentioned, that first pillar would be obviously the automation, so that we can work on a lot of more strategic point of view for the campaigns instead of just the basic operations in the account. The second would be identifying or exploring the new set of audience based on your first party data signals that are there, and obviously you can bring incrementality to your SEM campaigns along with the campaigns or the performance support campaigns that are there, which does include discovery, display, and your YouTube campaigns too.
Yeah, Mohit, those insights were really interesting, I think, and especially in the last part where you said that first party data is going to be one of the key things while we are dealing with a lot of data here and integrations and deriving insights out of those as well. And of course, automation, as we all know, is just playing a very crucial role in all of the campaigns across digital marketing. Thank you so much for taking our time with us, and everybody who is still watching this video, thank you so much for being with us today. And we're still going to come back with some of the use cases and dive deeper into understanding what are the kind of results that search engine marketing, the strategies are coming out at play. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.